Hey, welcome back everyone. So in this one, I'm going to show you the process for drawing this gun and talk a little bit about it. So I'm drawing this in the Procreate app. And my goal here for this particular one was to obviously study from a real world object and try to do it without using perspective lines. Now, if you're a newer artist, younger artist, just realize that perspective lines are the way to go. I actually skewed this, unfortunately. But I did it as a bit of a test. So there's times I like to practice just drawing as freehand as possible, and there's other times I like to, be a lot more designed and structural based and use the right perspective grids and all that good stuff. But this can be a fun way to do it. So essentially, what's neat about this, I think, is that you see I did a block out stage, a rough detail stage, trying to pay special attention to all the details of this particular weapon. And then now I'm a little bit more into the cleanup stage, or that's pretty much what I'm doing, like clean lines. And I just keep looking for opportunities to kind of sculpt the work, fix areas, move things around, erase back using solid inked lines. And I don't know, it's a neat way to go. So one of the things I notice is that if I can stay moving in a design like this, or recreational technical drawing, I can generally get it done pretty fast. This took about an hour and a half in real time, and I think for the end result I was pretty happy with it. And I know that I could have taken a lot longer by trying to really be so precise, especially with the grids and all that. It would have really slowed me down. So it's sort of an exercise in speed, and plus I've just been wanting to draw more things from life, but then try to transfer them into a comic or a line art style. I feel like I learned so much by that. Like, it's just very good to take the time to do. And I love the part where, converting it to your own style, it still feels, I don't know, it still feels more interesting for me than trying to do realism, because I'm not really, I've never felt like I was great at realism anyways. So maybe that's part of it, but this seems like the next best thing for me. So a pretty detailed comic style that, again, where I'm looking at it and trying to capture what I'm really looking at versus just making up some fantasy art weapon, or, sci-fi weapon, I should say. So at this stage, I'm dropping in the shapes of shadows. Obviously, this is where parts of the artwork really start to pop out a little bit more, give you a sense of something solid on the screen, on the canvas. And so shapes of shadows, super important, obviously. And another opportunity to clean things up, just like line weight. So I think that's really the neat thing about doing stuff like this, is that you can think your lines are pretty rough, but if you start really thin with the lines and then slowly build up, it actually gives you a lot of opportunity to fix them as you go. So I'm really, again, trying to explore that for the time savings. Here I'm using some stippling brushes I made in Procreate and just dropping those in. Here's a new cross-hatching one I just made, and I think it works pretty well. I think I put it in my free set in Procreate, by the way, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll link it in the description box below. Sorry, not trying to plug my stuff, but somebody might ask anyways, so it's a fun and easy brush to use for halftones. So yeah, I'd love to know what you think of this one. And actually what I'm going to do is, at the end of this, it's almost done as far as the illustration process. You see I'm dropping these in with layers and erasing them back so that I can place the tone exactly where I want. And then I'll go back with a little bit of whiteout. But at the very end here, I'm going to show you how to check and correct the perspective that went a little bit astray here on me. Just because I feel bad saying, yeah, check out this drawing, this is how to draw it. But yeah, knowing the perspective is off and not fixing it, that would be bad. So I'm going to show you how we could correct that relatively quickly. So that brings this part to a close. Let me show you in real time now how to fix the perspective, and let's do it. Okay, so now I've got this artwork here, and I think I already flattened it. Yeah, so let me get rid of these other ones real quick. And so I've got this artwork here, and if I just take some basic perspective lines, take some blue here, and I'll start with the barrel of the gun. Obviously there's perspective lines in this software, but I'm just going to utilize it like this. So let's see, let's take this line and just duplicate it. And you could you know, you could do it where it's correct and you go all the way back, but this is a pretty, I don't know, non-dramatic perspective. It's not like there's a lot of perspective here. You could probably go to the front and back of this portion, and then you could gauge it a little bit better based upon that. So if I bring it down to here, split the difference, you know, I can kind of get an idea for what this area should be. So where I notice it going off is right here and right here. So let's put one here. Here, then I'll duplicate this, flip it. Again, if I start up here to kind of see where the main perspective is of the barrel, something like that. By the time I bring it down here, you know, that's actually not that bad because it would converge back this way. So I'm going to leave this. I feel like this area is pretty good, but this side is definitely off. So all I wanted to say there is, if you know, you say you put this kind of work into something and then you merge it, just look for opportunities to grab and distort it essentially. Let's see. So let's say if I select through here, go right up to this line here, down here. I'm just going to cut this piece off, paste it, and then I'm going to do it one more time right through here. Oh, lost my selection. Right through here. Cut and paste. Okay, so then I would just use the free transform and maneuver this a little bit more. Well, another way you could do it. So I'm having a hard time shaping it right into that area. So let me go back. And I'm going to cut it one more time. Just to show you that you can make this stuff work. You just sometimes have to chop it up a bit. But you can always touch it up. So get that part right on the perspective there. Like so. Where am I? Oh, okay, no. I could have swore I'd already cut that piece off. Alright, cut and paste. Grab here. Okay, just like that. Now you see it's still a bit, you know, it needs some love, right? You got to sit there and fix up the line work, but it's not that hard to do. So with this part, yeah, and I'm going to start bringing this stuff into Clip Studio. This the transformation tools used to be so good in this, but now they skip all over the place, and I don't know why. But this would be super easy in Clip Studio. So, but just like that, I mean, it's still got it done. So now the perspective is more accurate than it was. So if I take this and then I would put a layer over top, so I'd merge them back together. Get rid of these guides. I don't need those anymore. And I would take this and just touch up over the top a little bit. You know, it's actually not that hard to fix. So those lines there, I think those might already been there. Yeah, I think I added these on purpose, so I would leave those alone. But yeah, just fix the edges, basically. Now see, this part's off right here. But that would be an easy fix too. I could just take this, hit it. So grab this area right here, drop it down. So I gotta bring that over to the side real quick. Erase this area. Like so. Now grab this. Bring it over to here. And then just go back and fill this area with this and with the stipple brush. And really with the stipple, I could probably take part of this pattern right here, bring it down. So certain patterns hide easier than others, stippling being one of them. You just kind of stipple, erase the edge, and you can blend that right in. And so it's just a matter of stuff like that. So I guess you have to kind of look at it and weigh the options. Was it better to go into it with perspective grids? I would say so. That was probably a mistake on my part. But you know, hopefully, like any of these videos, I always tell people, learn from my mistakes, don't repeat them. And but yeah, let me know what you think. I still had a lot of fun and learned a lot from this particular exercise. So I'll probably be bringing you more technical drawings, more weapons and things like that, scenes, props, all kinds of fun stuff. So let me know what you think, as well as what you'd like to see in the future. Thanks always for watching. Good luck with the art, and bye for now.